This is day 2. I'm in Ardales, and it's a cloudy start to the day. I had a good night. I stopped off at a venta and had some breakfast, and I've cycled up to the high point here. You can see the village there behind me, and in the distance out there you can see one of the lakes. There, yep. It's quite breezy, so I don't know if you can actually hear me. I'm hoping you can. So it's a lovely day on this side. So how breezy it is. Wind turbines are doing their stuff and generating electricity for everybody. And yeah, good day too. Good start to day 2. So I wasn't paying attention. I wanted to actually film when we crossed over 2,000 kilometers, but yeah, so this Bafang motor now has over 2,000 kilometers on it, and hasn't missed a beat. Very pleased with it. The other thing I'll say is that this particular display unit, and I'll put the serial number of it up, has the a USB out, which allows me to keep my phone charging while I'm actually riding, and that makes a huge difference, because if you're using it for navigation, it'll deplete very quickly. I've heard people say that it doesn't produce enough electricity from the battery to keep the phone charged, and it really depends on the program that you're using. It has no problem if you're using Google Maps and keeping the phone charged, and the same with Strava. I haven't had any problems using Strava either. If you try to use the two of them together, it probably would be too much. And there's another program called something bike, I don't know, I'll put that up as well, and it does not work with that one. That definitely just depletes the battery. So it really depends on the app that you're using. But my iPhone, which is an iPhone 6S, it has no problem keeping that fully charged. So I'm pretty much on top of the world here. It's an extraordinary view. Look at that. The more I get out about on the bike in this part of Spain, the more I appreciate just how much work has been done to keep these old shepherd's paths functioning, and as a fantastic resource for walkers and cyclists. There are what look like certainly thousands of kilometres of these little trails, and although they're not necessarily all that well marked, and what the worst thing that can happen is that you end up at a dead end, you turn around and go back, you know, as long as you're not stuck for time. Every one of them leads you somewhere magical, you know. This is just extraordinary, beautiful, beautiful. And the peace and quiet. This is July, nearly, well, the second week of July. And granted, it's the second year of the pandemic, but there's still a lot of people coming here from other parts of Europe and from northern Spain. And yet, you know, you can come out. And so far I've passed one other cyclist. Now, he was a real cyclist. He had no motor, and he was grinding up these hills, and one part of me envies his fitness, but that's too much work for me. Definitely too much work for my knees. But yeah, fantastic. Really enjoying this trip. There's not much point in spending time on the plaque unless you speak Spanish. It wouldn't make much sense. But this is a trough, literally in the middle of nowhere up in the mountains, and a place for the goat herders and sheep herders to bring their flocks to drink during the summer months. And it's fed from a spring, an underground spring. You can see that this time of the year the flow is not great, but it's obviously more than enough to keep this full. Literally a solar farm. Incredible. I wonder what it generates.